We coming straight different for these next couple of videos, so be prepared. If y'all still into the reaction, just know that's how I'm gonna come. But pause. But we're gonna do it a little differently. So cue the intro.
Problems, big fella.
Yup. If one more label try to stop me.
All right, y'all. So like I said, we coming a little differently. So this is, I saw this on Twitter. I'll insert the photo or the cutaway now. But yeah, so Birkin bag or stocks. Let's talk about it. So I had to do a little research, y'all, because I wasn't very well educated with a Birkin bag. And so I've come up with a little comparison. If you guys don't know about Birkin bags, but you know, I know a lot of you guys know about Tesla, you guys know about cars. The Birkin bag is the Tesla of the bag world. There's a limited quality made. There's a certain process you have to go to own one. Not everyone is selected to get one, even if you have the finances to have one. As well as so here's an interesting fact. If you guys don't know, every Tesla is custom made. So for example, if you go into a dealership, you just can't, like, and when I say a dealership, I mean a Tesla, authorized Tesla dealership, like a, Tesla. If you went into a Tesla dealership and was like, yo, I want a new Tesla, they're gonna be like, yo, big dog, well, first we gotta go through this step, and then after, you have to basically order your car. And so, that's why a lot of Teslas, if you guys notice, the interior is so different on every Tesla because it's kind of custom made for that person. Now, if you get a used Tesla, obviously that it defaults, right? But just in generally speaking, right, a Tesla is custom made. And so Birkin bags fall under the same line. If you want a Birkin bag, every Birkin, not even an exclusive Birkin, but most Birkins are custom made to order. So that's pretty dope. Also, Birkin bags. Before we really get into this, I'm giving you guys a background if you don't know. Birkin bags. In the last 5 years, the price of a Birkin bag, even a used Birkin bag, has increased 500%. That is a great ROI, or return on investment, y'all. That is really good. Okay, so now let's just do a little comparison now that you guys know all about Birkin bags. So in the comments right now, before I get into this and start giving my opinion, what are your guys' thoughts? Would you rather have a Birkin bag, or would you guys rather have some stocks to invest with? Me, as y'all can kind of tell, being a man, kind of where I'm leaning toward. Well, not being a man, that has nothing to do with it, but being, a kind of more, not business-minded person, but more a traditionalist, I'd say. I'm going to say stocks. The reason being, if we bought, let's just say, a Birkin bag at $15,000, right? Now, obviously, the price of a used Birkin bag can go for $15,000, $16,000 at a lower end for a used one. So we're gonna take that into a factor. But let's just say we bought a Birkin bag brand new for $15,000. We're gonna make the numbers real easy, right? Let's just say we bought that 5 years ago, right? If you bought 5 years ago a Birkin bag and sold it today at $15,000, and we're saying you got a 500 ROI, right? A 500 ROI, 500%. That probably means, guesstimate, y'all. My bad, y'all. I had to handle something. People be bugging, man. Swear to gosh. But nah, for real. So we were talking about numbers. So a Birkin bag roughly would be 5 years. If you got it and you want to sell it this way, you can sell it for roughly at a 500% increase at 75 to 90K, realistically, right? So I'm gonna tell you all the negatives about a Birkin bag and why I don't see it being a solid investment. If you guys believe it's a solid investment, that's okay. This is just my personal opinion. I don't believe it's a solid investment because, for one, the biggest thing that people say about a Birkin is it's a status symbol, right? And for people who love Birkin bags, men and women who love Birkin bags and can get their hands on one, first of all, you have to be able to afford a Birkin bag. An original, authentic Birkin bag is so expensive. Just to be able to afford a Birkin bag is a luxury within its own, right? So then you have to be able to afford it. So that probably knocks off because of who it's made for. It's made for the top 1%. So the top 1% of the world is probably who's going to have the best access to this Birkin bag, right? So then let's flip it on to, okay, you get the Birkin bag. So now you have it. Who are you going to sell it to, you know, who has that type of money other than the top 1%? And if they're in the top 1 percentile of the world, or, you know, of what we consider millionaires, trillionaires, billionaires, then realistically, like, they can probably buy a new one on their own. And 9 out of 10 times, like, I love, you know me, I love shoes, got a whole lot of shoes. Probably right now my favorite shoe is the Chinese 6 New Year's. Jordan 6 Chinese New Year's. Probably my favorite shoe right now. I wanted to get some chunky dunkies, but I got hoed. I hate Nike. Hey, if y'all got screwed by sneakers, put that down in the comment section below, bro. They be straight hoeing. I'm tired of sneakers. Can't win. But anyway, man, back to what I was talking about, man. It's forget sneakers forever. It's fluff sneakers. But nah, for real. So it's the top 1% of the world, and you'll get attached to it. But it really is a safe investment, you know, if you can go out and acquire a Birkin bag. Now, the positive is about stocks. If you know how to buy stocks, look to trade in a company, it can be very, very profitable. Obviously, you know, it's all based on really performance of that company and what its expectations are and people investing in it, right? Obviously. But let's just say, I know this is kind of unfair because it's probably, in terms of brand loyalty, probably one of the best companies out there. Let's just say Apple. Apple actually, statistically speaking, has the #1 brand loyalty out of any other product in the world. Think about how crazy that is. Little smartphone, little Apple. But if you had bought, say, 400 shares of Apple, because when you buy a contract of a share, it has 100 shares in it. So let's just say you bought 400 shares of Apple, which would probably be about 4 contracts. And let's just say this was 5 years ago, before Apple was really, I'd say, top dog in the cell phone market, and honestly one of the leaders in technology right now. So we'll take it back 5 years ago to about 2015, right? So if you held on to that and sold it today, you become an overnight millionaire. So we also have to do like some fair analysis, right? Like it's the number one leading company for what it does. Has high brand loyalty. It always exceeds its earnings report, so it's also a very fair thing to do. But like I said, you know, it is what it is. What I really wanted to touch on is, and I'll put the screenshots up right now, is I wanted to touch on black people, and you know what? I'll say that for another video. It's gonna be tied to this one, but I don't want to say too much, y'all. That's how they get you. Anyway, be safe, stay out the way, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know, stocks or the Birkin? Baby girl, I'm taking the stocks. Peace.